red side.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Freak and Jack, great cast on the day. I am joined by Golden Glue here of Teammate, a victory on the day for them in what was a very fast day in the beginning, and then two of our longest games that we've seen in the North American Summer Split. I have to ask you, whatever emotions were going through your head, how was it playing that late? Tired, exciting, still ready to go? What was the mindset there so late into the game?
I was really nervous and excited, mainly. When we were sieging that bot last inner and then they flanked us, I was losing my mind. You know, I was just like, I know if we win a fight, we win the game. So I had a lot of emotions, and I couldn't really like focus too hard because I was just so energetic.
When it comes down to it, how was the communication in those moments? It seemed like you guys were still getting things to pan out the way you wanted, but then fights would go on a little too long and people get picked off. What was the communication like between the team?
It was pretty chaotic at some points. You know, we were all screaming, but we ended up we were saying like clear comms, and we ended up like cooling out and just playing slow strategically and finishing the game.
All right, Golden Glue, before we saw you on Team Dignitas previously in the LCS, now on Teammate, you've definitely seen that you have grown into, you know, a player that can reach a bigger caliber, perform on this stage. How do you feel about your gameplay recently?
That game I didn't feel so hot about. I mean, my score looked pretty good, but I feel like I could have played better. But overall, I think I'm satisfied with my play, but I always want more. So,
always looking to improve. That's good. Final question for you: Team Liquid, Team Solo Mid, and Counter Logic Gaming are your final games. How are you looking at these matchups? Because they are kind of must-need wins.
Easy peasy. 4-0, 3-0.
All right, we'll see if it happens. Golden Glue, very, very confident. Congratulations on the win and continuing for that playoff spot. We're going to now throw it to the analyst desk to break down the rest of the day.
Thank you, Riv. A game that mattered a ton for both teams. Ultimately, this win here will keep Team 8 in the running for a playoff spot. However, a very slim opportunity there. I actually want to touch first, though, on TDK, because this does lock them into that 10th place spot, which means they're being auto-relegated. You know, just touching on this game, kind of the things that we saw, I feel like we saw a lot of the same problems that have plagued them throughout the split, just reoccurring.
They give you so much hope when they play, because it's like, they look like they're winning lane, they look like they're doing all right. And then they jump in, they're playing a poke comp, they don't poke. And they have the same problems. Like you said, Ninja and Emperor came onto the roster. They won one game and gave everybody so much hope for this team. And it's just been losses ever since for pretty much the same reasons. And nothing seems to be getting fixed.
I think I've heard that before. Win one game to give fans false hope. TDK doing the same. So many of these team fights were so close, though.
They really were.
This was a really back and forth game, so it's hard to go super deep on it, especially considering how late it got and the way that it ended as well.
Yeah, so now if we do flop over to the other side of the rift, back over to Teammate, since they're the team that still has technical playoff hopes, but also do have to be concerned with possible relegation matches, right? So either way, you know, if they don't end up in that 7th place spot, they could be fighting for their lives against a challenger team. You know, based on this back and forth game, what are some of the, you know, things that we can assess they still need a lot of improvement on in order to stay within the LCS?
Yeah, I think they should, you know, listen to what Coach Fly, the coach of Team Impulse, was talking about earlier in the day, and how they were focusing mostly on themselves, just so they can prepare multiple strategies against whatever opponents they happen to face, because they don't know if they're going to be in the relegation tournaments, playoffs, whatever. And then if your opponents pull out something crazy, some cheese, then you at least have stuff to fall back on.
All right, fair enough. Well, there you have it. We've got a few more teams who have punched their tickets to playoffs, so let's pull up the standings and take a look. So far, our playoff teams are Gravity in first, and CLG, Team Impulse, and Liquid in second. Fighting for the 2 last spots are Team Dignitas and TSM, and Team 8 is in 7th. That means Cloud9, for the first time since joining the LCS, will not appear in the playoffs and are fighting to avoid a trip to the spring promotion tournament. Enemy drops into 9th, with TDK now locked into auto-relegation. But there's still a lot to be decided tomorrow, and we'll be continuing our coverage with Team Liquid versus Enemy Esports. Then Cloud9 will face off against CLG. After that, it's a battle for 5th place between Team Dignitas and TSM. You can catch the start of that all tomorrow at noon Pacific, 9 p.m. Central European Summer Time. And of course, for myself, the casters, and the entire live broadcast crew, thank you for watching, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow.
Mafia! What?